Hello friend, welcome back to Edenwell. This is a day of homemaking in my life. I am a stay-at-home mom of he just turned 1, and I love being a stay-at-home mom, and so I wanted to record a typical day for me, what that looks like being at home. So I want this to be peaceful and relaxing for you, and hopefully just something that encourages you to love homemaking and find inspiration. I know I love watching these videos to gain inspiration and to feel that camaraderie of us stay-at-home moms and those who work really hard to tend to our home. So most of our days are spent mostly at home, but Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, I try to get to the Y with him to get my workout in. We also have a home gym, so I think this day I did go to the Y, so I didn't record that, but we usually get to the Y around 8, and we're there till about 9. We try to stay for about an hour. So our day starts with obviously getting the baby ready and up and get him going. And I typically try to do like 1 to 2 loads of laundry a day. The reason for that is because obviously having a baby, but then also we cloth diaper. I think I've mentioned that in previous videos. So cloth diapering requires at least every other day, especially if you have only 14 shells like we do. But then just doing our laundry, hanging out my husband's clothes here. I've mentioned this in other videos, but I have a routine that I like to do every single day where I do 1 to 2 main cleaning routines / areas of the house so that I don't feel super bombarded by the end of the week. Like every day I feel like I have to get the whole house cleaned. So if I have a video like this, you'll see me do just a few things, and that's because I have like 1 to 2 main areas of the house that I like to clean. And I like to keep throughout the day, as we like use dishes, I really like to keep them put into the dishwasher or at least cleaned up right away, because I hate when dishes just sit out. So we had some electrolytes given to us by my mom, so I'm putting these in the glass there. We drink electrolytes pretty often between still nursing and then working out. We like to keep those electrolytes in the house. This is an all-purpose spray that I created, so I actually just use white vinegar and dish soap, and I maybe add some water to it, and that's it. No, not maybe. I definitely add water to it. That would be a lot. It would be very concentrated if it was just those two. So it's dish soap, water, and vinegar to use on our kitchen counters. We've had some ant issues, so we've been really trying to keep the counter clean because they're kind of coming through our window, which stinks, but the vinegar really helps to kill the ants and clean the counters off. And I think this day specifically, I was really in the knack for organizing. And I know that this is a really random like cubby thing that's kind of in our wall that we're still like, we don't know what to do with it, but we kind of keep our like mail and like stamps and pens and pencils and things like that. So I was kind of organizing that box there, but I try to keep cleaning up the toys simple, so I literally have just this one box for the main floor here, and so I was just kind of picking up. I'm pretty sure he was down for his first nap at this time, so I like to just throw everything in one cube, and it makes it very easy to keep the rooms organized. Like I said, my son just turned 1, and so this was like 2 weeks after his birthday party. I finally decided to start taking down all the decorations. So we had his month pictures here, and then there was still balloons everywhere. I bought way too many balloons, but it was super fun. So I finally took the time this day to take all the decorations down, and I really wanted to keep these because it's just so precious seeing your little one grow every month. And so I was trying to take off all the sticky parts of those pictures and to keep these forever because they're so sweet. Now it's on to lunch. So we are about balance in this house. Okay, so you'll see pizza and sweet potatoes. Probably two of his favorite foods. So this meal particularly, he loves sweet potatoes, so we do like butter and a little bit of like a blue agave syrup, or sometimes I do monk fruit to limit the sugar. But oh man, we love mashed sweet potatoes. Are so good. So I cut up we had like leftover pizza from, we do like Friday pizza night every Friday, and so I gave him some chunks of pizza and some sweet potato for lunch. And we always eat, we eat every meal together pretty much, but we have little chats and talks during our lunchtime. My kid is also a fish. He drinks so much water, which is better than not drinking water, but we have to actually take it away from him because he'll just keep drinking and drinking. He's so funny. When it is really nice outside, I do my best to keep him outside as much as possible because it gets his energy out, but it's also just good to be outside. And our cats love to get outside, so that's why I pushed her, because she tries to escape all the time. But we have a really great backyard, and we just love it so much. So I have some specific toys that we use when we play outside. And sometimes I get like a cooking tray and like some water, and so he can like splash around and stuff. We also, his Gigi and Grandpa just bought him a little splash pad thing that hooks up to a hose, so that's fun too when on particularly hot days when he wants to cool off. But he has a lot of bubble toys that kind of freak him out, so he he clings to me when those go off. But we just have a really good time hanging out outside. So I'm pretty sure he, at this point, was zonked from all the activities. And so now, at some point during the day when the baby is napping, this is when I take my quiet time, and I'm going through a Bible study from How to Faith a Life. I've mentioned her before, but she's amazing. That's her YouTube name. She has a great, grace Bible reading plan that I'm going through right now. So that's when I take some time to reflect and pray and kind of reset my mind. I love to do this during the first nap, but if stuff's going on or whatever, schedule's kind of weird, I just try to get it in wherever. I'm not super picky about I have to get it in right away in the morning. So this was, I think it was about 2:00 during his second nap. So just spending time with Jesus and reflecting and reframing my mind. This is a prayer book, Prayers for Your Husband, that I read every day that I really like. It just gives you a really good perspective on praying for your husband in different ways, different areas of his life to pray over. This is probably my favorite spot in the house. It's like right above our garage, kind of in our bonus room, and that's where I sit and reflect and pray and be with Jesus. Next this day, I did our budget, and so my husband is obviously the breadwinner as I'm a stay-at-home mom, and so a way I can honor him in that is by keeping track of our money, and we just have like a Google sheet with all of our different categories for our budget. And so I'll log into our online banking and just kind of sparse out all of our purchases throughout the month. Like probably once a week I'll do this to keep up with our budget and make sure that we're on track, and so we know where our money's going. So I like to do this just to make sure that by the end of the month we're not like, oh no, how much money do we have here. So yeah. And then after that, I planned our dinners for the week. I can't remember what day this was. Typically I do it like before the next week, so like Saturday or Sunday, like during the weekend. But I use Notion, and so I'll like plan just all of our dinners in Notion. I'll go to Pinterest, and I have a board for myself of dinners that I want to try, dinners that are like our main go-tos or things that we really enjoy. So typically I like to try a new recipe once a week and then have like easier dinners for the rest. I try to cook like 4 times a week, and then do like meals that I make have a lot of leftovers. So we'll do like leftovers or just like random stuff in our freezer or pantry. And we were given a lot of meat by my parents. They buy like half a cow and a pig every year or something. So I've been we're kind of at the tail end of using that meat. So at this particular week, I was trying to like make meals surrounding around like the meat that we already had in the freezer. And so I was just kind of like going through like, okay, yes, we have this, okay, and then we're making meals around that. So pulled out some meat, and then kind of like figuring out, okay, these are the sides that we have. I have a lot of frozen veggies particularly in the freezer right now, and so I was trying to figure out like, oh, this vegetable would go good with this meat. And so I'm trying to like kind of piece together all the meals in my phone after I'm like, okay, these are the meals I want, but we have this, meat with these vegetables, and kind of piecing those together for our dinners. The baby woke up from his nap, and so like I said, we're still nursing, so this was probably 3rd or 4th nurse of the day. So this was the only one I recorded, obviously, but we nurse, and he's a really fast eater, so they're really quick sessions, but got him nursed, and then we had some laundry to fold. So we went up in the den and folded some laundry. I think it's coming up here. I love being a nursing mom. It's the best. Oh, yes. And so I forgot I have these clips in here. So my husband works from home, and every post nap, he loves to go say hi to Daddy in his office. My husband has a really cool office in our house. So he has one of the rooms for his work. Here's the laundry. I knew it was somewhere. So this is all of his clothes, and I don't know, just kind of a random sorts of different clothes that we had, but mostly the baby's clothes. I think he had just had a snack. That's why he doesn't have clothes on. He was dirty. But yeah, take some time to fold clothes, and I like to fold clothes in the den because it's more relaxing. I put worship music on, and we don't do a ton of TV time. I'd say like up to an hour a day, and typically it's more like in the evening, like after dinner. And so if we do TV, it's like music and not just like an actual show. But I was spending time getting the laundry folded here. For dinner this night, we had a ton of leftovers, and every once in a while we'll have a night like that where I'm like, okay, I don't want to make more food because we can't fit any more food in the fridge. We have to eat up what's in here. So this was leftover like creamy ranch chicken that I made a few nights prior. It was so good, and I put it on top of some instant mashed potatoes. And so we had some of that, and then I had like rotisserie chicken, like pre-shredded rotisserie chicken that I added to it for more protein, because I think there wasn't like a ton of chicken left in the dish. So we had that for dinner, and this is Leon's time to hang out with his daddy after his work day. After dinner, obviously, there's plenty of dishes, and so this is kind of where Tad will take the baby and hang out with him while I kind of wrap up putting food away and getting the dishes done post-dinner. After dinner, most nights, I would say every other night, he gets a bath, so we'll do a bath right after dinner on those nights. So that's probably why he's in PJs now. He probably was post-bath. But this is a time for our family just to be together and to just catch our breath after a long day. And since having Leon, my muscles have been really tight, and I don't know what's wrong, but I just have to roll out all the time. So took some time to stretch my back and roll out my really tight muscles. I feel so much better after I stretch at the end of the day. It helps me sleep better, my mood is better, and so I took some time to do that here. So I don't know if you watched Bear in the Big Blue House when you were little, but my husband and I watched this show so much when we were little, and our son loves this show. It's hilarious. It's so sweet watching him love a show that we watched. Like, that is so cool. And his first birthday party, that was the theme, was Bear in the Big Blue House. And so he just loves it. And he loves when, if you remember the show, Bear will like come up and like sniff the camera at the beginning of every episode, and he smiles so big right here. He just loves when Bear comes up. It's so cute. And this was the last clip I got of the day, so this will wrap up the video, but we were filing his nails. It was definitely a nail trimming day. So yes, I hope you enjoyed this day of homemaking with me, and if anything, just hope you feel related to as a stay-at-home mom, or inspired to do something different. I love being a stay-at-home mom. It is such a joy, and it's such a blessing to take care of my family, to make food, to nurse, to raise our son and future children, and just, I don't know, it's just such a blessing to walk through our day with Jesus and just have a really peaceful home. So I hope this brought you peace and joy, and thank you for joining me, and we'll see you in the next video.